Hi everyone, my name is Roosje and I'm the current project intern of Deveron Projects. I'm also very excited to welcome you back to another episode of our Soapbox Talk series. And today we welcome Nedyalko Nedyalkov. And to give you a brief introduction, Nedyalko is a Bulgarian musician who plays the kaval, which is a traditional Bulgarian folk instrument, also called the Bulgarian whistle, I heard just a minute ago. From a young age, Nedyalko had a great interest in music and he grew out to be one of the prominent kaval players in Bulgaria. As a musician, he performs all manners of Balkan and ethnic music. He released his first solo album, The Art of Kaval, in 2004. Nedyalko is part of a wide range of music groups such as jazz combos and classical ensembles, and has performed with acclaimed musicians both inside and outside Bulgaria. Hi Nedyalko, thanks for joining us from Bulgaria today.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Okay, good. So let's start with the interview or one-on-one talk.
My kaval also.
Yes. Yeah, talking about that, at a young age, you were already deeply interested in music and you tried to play the accordion for a bit, I saw. Yes. And then you began learning how to play the kaval. As someone who personally never heard about this instrument before, I started to listen to your album, The Art of the Kaval. Could you tell me about the instrument and what makes the sound so distinctive and unique? And I saw that you have it nearby you, so maybe you can show and describe the instrument to all the non-knowers of the kaval.
So, this is our Bulgarian traditional kaval. Mm-hmm. As you can see, three pieces. Okay. This is the first piece on the top. This is in middle part with some holes, and this is the last one, the small one. Mm-hmm. And we also call it here shepherd flute.
The shepherd flute. Okay.
Just скривна. Sorry. Затваряй. Не, тук не може да се говори. Изключи го. Sorry.
No worries.
Не, пилот. Okay. This is traditional instrument, shepherd flute. The other name, kaval or shepherd flute. Has an open end, you can see.
Yeah, yeah, I see. This is the upper part?
Yes.
Or the middle part?
On the open end.
Okay.
And especially this kaval is in tune D.
Okay, in the D note.
Some more kavals, a little bit longer than this. And different key. This is key D. We have C, B flat, and A.
Okay.
This is the D kaval is most popular and most used from the musicians. Yeah.
Is it a bit similar like a clarinet, or do I think very weird stuff?
Clarinet has another system here, plastin, you know, the way of playing, the sound comes, no. This is flute family, from the flute family.
Okay, that makes sense, because I also read there the kaval is a common instrument also in Turkey and Armenia. And then you have the Bulgarian one.
Macedonia also.
So okay. Is there also
the Romanian is a bit different because here the system for the sound is like a block flute, you know, the Romanian kaval. But Armenian is similar. They call it balul in Armenia. The Turkish kaval is more or less like our Bulgarian,
Oh,
but the Turkish kaval is only one part.
oh, okay. So it's one
Yes,
complete
yes,
part.
one long, yes. But our is 3 pieces because this is very important for the tune. If the instrument is low, we can fix here, go out or in
Yeah.
more, and this is for the tuning.
Okay. That's
So,
wow. Genius.
of course, as you said, I can play like clarinet in low register, but the main sound, the real sound and natural sound for of this instrument is I can show you
Mhm.
different registers.
Okay, different registers. Okay.
Yeah, this one is normal register. The other one is kaval register. Okay, and the high register, and then I can play like clarinet.
Mhm.
Or the sound like high brass instruments is also possible, but limited. We haven't so many. The diapason is small.
Okay.
Eh,
Yeah, I already read on your website that you can imitate other flutes on the kaval, so that's pretty amazing to
yeah,
see
but
it.
also we can play like classical flute or baroque flute.
Oh,
Eh?
that's amazing. I could listen to you all day if I want. I think it's
Yeah, and
such
also
amazing, and that.
just I want to explain something else.
Mhm.
With this kaval, I can play all the styles in Bulgaria and music from all the regions, folk regions we have, and also music, traditional Balkan music. I can
The Balkan
play.
music.
Let's say yes, I can cover all this geographic region musically
Wow.
with this instrument.
Because I also read on your website that you are born into a long line of folk musicians. Can you maybe recall what music plays in your family? Was it a big part of your family when you were growing up?
My family, yes, from mother's side and father's side, most of my relatives are musicians.
Okay, so it's
So my wife also, she's a singer, traditional singer and teacher. Her family also, they have a lot of musicians. So our daughter, she studied violin,
okay.
but classical music. My father was a violin player, but in another way. He was traditional and he was playing and singing traditional music and wedding style, wedding music.
Okay, so I can imagine you're playing with your wife or your daughter or other family members on Sundays or other days. So a nice gathering of musicians. That's really nice. Do
Yes,
you think
but
it's also?
unfortunately, some of them, they passed away. And but
And that's, yeah, it's exciting to
we
see
have a
your
young
daughter.
generation now.
Yeah, exactly. It's exciting to see your daughter also playing music and
My niece,
playing
my
with her.
nephews. Okay.
And nice. Do you think that music in general is very part of the Bulgarian culture? Is
Yes.
it because you know Lizabett? She's from Romania, and she told me that it's not that part of the culture as it is in Bulgaria or maybe in Scotland or Ireland. So I was wondering if Bulgaria is really a music country and it's so part of their daily life for the Bulgarians then, I think.
Yes, our folk music, our traditions are quite big part of our culture heritage.
Mm-hmm.
And especially the folk music is something which keep the people during the hard period we have it before under Ottoman occupation. It was 500 years we were under Ottoman occupation, and the language, the traditions, the folk music and songs, and the religion, they, how to say, they protect, they keep people
yeah, it was like
strong and to survive during
that's
this long period.
during the Ottoman periods. It played a very
yes,
precious.
not only after Ottoman period, we have a Balkan War, First World War, and
a lot of social unrest.
Yes,
I heard. You also told just a few minutes ago that the kaval is also called the shepherd's
yes.
instrument. So is it also very common for shepherds or more remote part of the country to play that instrument in their daily habits or way of life? Okay, that's nice. Okay, I had a look at all your projects and musical activities you had done throughout your career.
Mm-hmm.
The one that stood out was your contribution to, I hope I pronounced it right, Dynastia Borgia, a project conducted by Jordi Savall. And it was also awarded the Grammy in 2011 for Best Small Ensemble Performance.
Yes.
And then after hearing that, I was watching the documentary about the project, and I noticed that the musicians who participated stayed in a castle in Cardona in Spain.
Yes.
While working and making music together, which sounds like an amazing project. I want to know more about that for personal reasons, but with the current pandemic in mind, so Corona, big projects such as these are put on hold because creating music together physically in one space is not really possible. How did you as a musician respond to this rapid change that COVID brought to your daily life?
This COVID situation has changed everything. Mm-hmm. And it's first time in my life I feel in this kind of situation. If I want to be straight, very bad, very bad. So it's a difficult period for many musicians. I know, but especially for me, I haven't contact with my colleagues abroad. We stopped all the projects, concerts, everything, festivals. We have invitations. This makes your power inside under pressure. So
I'm so
I'm very sad, and
I can imagine it takes its toll because we are now 1 year later than
yeah,
when it first started to be in the news, and it takes its toll, and it's so sad to hear that. And I really hope there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, because you also cannot perform for an audience, I think. So the experience of a musician playing the music or the instrument and the audience who are like affected by the beautiful music, there's no exchange anymore.
It's not
Is
same
there,
with these
yeah,
devices, you know, online performance. Okay, this is some option to continue to do something, but you know, the real contact, physical contact, it's emotional contact is not same. The exchange of energy is
completely different.
yeah.
I can imagine. Oh. And as an myself, I don't play an instrument, but I love going to performances or concerts or classical pieces or symphonies. And yeah, the same way, we miss you guys. We miss the interaction with the musician, and I'm so sad that it's a year now. And I hopefully there will be some lovely performance again in the future, nearby future. So I have read on your website a really interesting quote, and I'm going to quote it right now, namely that your music carries us away to an imaginary space without stylistic or genre limitations, pointing us towards a future without borders. Can you maybe draw more on what it is meant, what you meant with that statement? Because I really love that quote.
I'm not sure if I understood your question well.
Well, it's basically said that you don't play within one genre. You are more a musician who plays different kind of genres, and that shows that there will maybe a future without borders between those genres, or maybe borders between countries. And I really love that statement, and I was wondering if you maybe could tell more about that.
Yes, since I was very young, I remember, I keep in my memory moments when I was playing still accordion in my hometown, Haskovo, in the music school. But I remember we have a small radio in our house, and I was trying to listen radio stations from Turkey, from Greece, from Romania, and so my point of view, how to say, since this young period.
Yeah, since you were young, yeah.
When I was young, I can say I feel this interest and necessary to know more about the Balkan music, the music of our neighbors.
Yeah.
And then when I start to play in these crossover projects, I go in very easy because I feel this music and I think I can play good this music. As I said before, with my instrument, I can play all the music around my country. It means Greek,
really amazing.
Bulgarian, Romanian, Macedonian, Serbian.
So yeah, that's so nice to hear that you were triggered from a young age to listen to music outside of your own country. And it is also now shown in the way you play your instrument, because you can play such a variety of genres. And this brings me to the project Ensemble Europa, where you are now part of, which is very exciting. And this project mainly also shows that music can be made by means of cross-border collaboration. So we have a musician from the Netherlands, from Germany, from Scotland, from Romania, and Bulgaria. And yeah, it shows that we still, with COVID, with physical remoteness, we can still play different genres and create a music album out of that collaboration. Do you think that this was also the reason why you were so interested in the project?
Yes, it's in the beginning, I got proposal from Graeme.
Mm-hmm.
We know each other since 10 years when we played together with Fraser Fifield in his project, Traces of Trace.
Mm-hmm.
And when he invited me to take a part of this new project we're talking about, for me it was a very interesting what kind of music we will play. And then I receive music scores and audio examples, and he gave me a possibility many on some pieces to improvise, so many places to be myself, to fly free, and also this mix with the voice of Lizabett.
Yeah, Lizabett, yeah.
Lizabett, kaval, the guitars of Graeme, and the arrangements are make the sound very, very interesting, and different colors, emotions, mood. And this is interesting for me always. So if you are open, if the musicians are open, they can discover something new.
Yeah. Yeah, because you are now also, I think, I don't know if you know the rest of the ensemble, but you also start to learn new musicians. Like we have a viola player from the Netherlands,
yes,
and clarinet player from Germany. So it's also creating new creative relations between different musicians. So that's, I think, also a very valuable lesson. Okay. So you already told that Lizabett and Graeme wrote the music for Ensemble Europa, and they also told me that they had the music style of the musicians involved. They took that in mind while they were writing their music. And I had a privilege to listen to a piece of the music, and I recognized the kaval instrument because I did a bit of homework on your work. So you also told me that you had a lot of freedom for improvising.
Yes, all this part for improvisation.
Yeah. So can you maybe tell me a bit about about how you recorded? Did you record back in your house or somewhere else?
Unfortunately, I haven't a home studio.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a place of my friend. It's a small home studio.
Okay.
And all the recordings I realized there. So
Okay, that's so you have luckily a friend who could help you out with the recording. That's good to hear, because I think
it's better to hear the music instead to explain how I make the recording.
True. Okay.
this is a working process with emotional feeling, and then I think that the energy goes to the tape on the recordings, and yeah, the audience, they can hear and to get an idea about the music and the idea at all.
Yeah, so I have to wait till the end result, and then I can hear it and feel the emotions and the way you played it, your part. I was also wondering, because this is again a musical project where you're not in the same room with the other musicians, or in the same space like you were with the project where you that was awarded a Grammy. Do you think that there's the same kind of artistic trust or dialogue between musicians while working remotely than there is when you create the same music in the same space? If you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah. The difference in this situation is that we are not all together, but
Yeah.
As you said, the trust between the musicians,
Yeah,
and the opinion of each one are this is the I don't know how to say in English. This makes the energy
exchange. The exchange makes the energy
movement. How to say?
Yeah. The dialogue, the exchange between the musicians, and also create an energy.
Yes, this power and.
Okay.
Sorry for my.
No, don't worry. So there is still of that trust of the dialogue, but it's not maybe that the same as it is in normal times, if I can still say that, when you're like in the same room, because then you can respond faster on each other, or yeah, something like that, I think.
Yes, but this is something normal even before the coronavirus. Many musicians, they just communicate, and many projects are in this way, you know.
Okay.
Because they collaborate, can be someone from India, the other one from Australia, and if you have this own studio, you can do the recording of to your part and then to send to.
Okay, so it was already a normal, of a common
more
thing.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
Because you know, if you have a budget and a lot of money, you can rent big studio and to bring all the musicians together. But
but it's not always the case with projects.
Yeah, it works good because the musicians always haven't enough money for.
I think I also figure that musicians can vary.
Well, anyway, it's good. It's good because the things are we can make things easily.
Okay, so again, Ensemble Europa strives for a faster global connection through music and encourage new creative relations. What I always ask to every musician who is doing this Soapbox Talk is, do you think that this way of making music together will have an impact on the way musicians perform with each other when the pandemic is over? Do you think there will be a change of the way musicians will collaborate from now on when the COVID is hopefully gone in the future?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Can you maybe elaborate on that or tell more about that?
Maybe. Sorry?
Can you maybe think what it will look like in the future, or what will be different, or that we will continue the way of music, making music together in Corona will be also the case after the pandemic is over?
Maybe we can use all the possibilities.
Yeah, but it is a hard question. We need to see, I think, what will happen. But I think it will maybe have a bit of an impact, but yeah, only the future can tell us.
Yes. We'll see.
So I always end the Soapbox Talks series with asking you whether you can recommend a song or a piece of music or a music album to me or the people here listening, the audience. Do you have one piece of music that you want to recommend?
To recommend for some of my music or my favorite?
You can do both, one of your music or one of your favorites.
Okay. So from my music, I can recommend the album of my last project, Globalkan. Globalkan, like global,
okay.
Balkan.
Global Balkan. Okay.
Globalkan, because the bal is in the middle, the end of global, a Balkan.
Oh, I understand. Thank you. That is so smart.
Yeah, it's my idea.
Good idea.
Yes. I'm looking for the album to show you. Can I?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
But I will miss from the camera for 2 seconds.
Okay, I will entertain the people watching right now while you can take. Okay. Yeah, I will.
I will send you a link. So yeah. This is from this is about the album I recommend of my music, and with my colleagues, Global Can. But one of my favorite albums is of one Serbian singer, gypsy guy, Shaban Bayramovic.
Can you maybe also put that in the chat? Sounds okay.
Okay, I can put it in the chat.
And then I can try to pronounce it again. Sorry, your language sounds so beautiful, but sadly I cannot speak it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And my project is this one.
Okay, cool. So the Global Balkan is yours, and then we have a Serbian singer that you recommend to us.
Yes, also we have a website.
Of course.
Okay, where is the video now? I can, okay. Okay.
You're back. Okay, I forgot to ask one question, and then the last question then, this will be. So a lot of music written for the project Ensemble Eòrpa is written here in Scotland, in Huntly, the town Huntly. Do you feel like you are learning more about the area I am living in, Lizabett and Graeme are now staying in as artists in residence through the music, or is it still for you a very global thing instead of I'm thinking about Huntly or Scotland in particular?
The last intention, I can say.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, what did you say? Can you say it?
You asked me how I feel listening during I listen the music and playing this music, what I think about your town.
No, it's more, do you think that you get an idea of what the town is, or do you feel like a bit of a connection with the town while reading the music? Because I do feel now that when I heard the kaval playing yesterday in the part that Graeme and Lizabett sent it to me, that I do still feel a bit of the Balkan vibes, or the that I get to know more about Bulgaria. So I was wondering if you also have the same with listening to the music, if you have a connection now with Scotland.
When I play this music in the beginning, when we start to make the recording, my feeling was that I play for you know, for music. I play music for games. You know, this.
Oh yeah, yeah, for video games.
Like, yes, like music for some mysterious or historical game.
That's a cool connotation. I like that.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking about the town Huntley, you thought about games. That's
yeah,
that's nice. Yeah,
it was a first feeling.
Okay, your
When
first
I put
instinct.
the headphones, and when I start to play the music, Graeme sent me.
Yeah.
And the feeling was like I play for a computer game.
That sounds like Zelda of World of Warcraft. That sounds nice. Okay, thank you so much, Nedyalko, for sharing all these thoughts on the creation of Ensemble Eòrpa, your career, and how you're doing in a strange time. And I hope so badly that will be able to play again for a live audience with other musicians in the nearby future. I also want to say a huge thanks to the audience who are listening, and hopefully you're all doing fine while you're listening this podcast or seeing this video. And a lot of good wishes from Huntly, from Scotland, to you all. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I really
Greetings
enjoyed
to all of you. Good luck. My warm hugs and all the best.
Thank you, Nedyalko.
Bye.
Bye.